Actor Dennis Quaid is accusing Facebook of censoring information and ads about his upcoming biographical film, Reagan, about the dearly departed President Ronald Reagan. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Airy. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Ring that little bell so you get notifications and consider becoming a channel member. All right, Dennis Quaid is probably one of my favorite actors. He has been in such amazing films like The Rookie, The Long Riders. He is just a fantastic actor. He's got a very recognizable face and voice, one that you cannot miss. And recently, he has been promoting his new film, Reagan, about President Ronald Reagan with his service in the military, goes into his acting career, shows him being governor of California, and finally the president of the United States. It's really hard to capture key moments in presidential films, but I am looking forward to it. It does look good. The trailer was released and it looks fantastic. I can't wait to see it myself. However, he is accusing Facebook, which of course is owned by Meta along with Instagram and WhatsApp, of censoring his film. It is very peculiar that they would do this. I mean, it's a movie, and even if they want to say alleged interference, how? It's a biopic about Reagan, who is not running. And it is just mind-blowing to me that this is happening. So this is according to Newsweek. Actor Dennis Quaid and the marketers behind his upcoming movie about President Ronald Reagan are slamming Facebook for allegedly restricting their ability to promote the film, dubbed Reagan, and set to open in theaters on August 30th. Facebook told Newsweek it may have been a mistake. Facebook is once again censoring the free flow of ideas, deciding what's best for us to see and hear. Only this time it's throttling advertising and promotion for my movie about Ronald Reagan, the actor said via an email sent. Quaid's remark coincided with a letter addressed to Mark Zuckerberg, the chairman and CEO of Facebook parent Meta Platforms, that outline numerous problems marketers say they have had when trying to post or boost content related to Reagan. The letter from Eric McKellen, the director of digital marketing for the film, says that the most egregious examples of a post that contain the title of the movie and an image of Quaid along with a quote from the 40th president. Don't let anyone tell you that America's best days are behind her, that the American spirit has been vanquished, reads the quote. We've seen it triumph too often in our lives not to believe it now. Facebook allowed the post but refused to let the marketers boost it by way of paid advertisement, according to the letter to Zuckerberg. Also, video clips of Quaid discussing the movie on TV and podcast that were posted to the Reagan movie's Facebook page caused the social media platform to temporarily suspend the account on at least 2 occasions, according to notices reviewed by Newsweek. Like the old Soviet Union, are we turning into a country of tech oligarchs who control the platform of groupthink to silence individuals or other groups? Quaid asked in his written statement. The letter to Zuckerberg from McCallan says that when attempting to boost the post containing a quote from Reagan, the marketer was told that he could not because it mentions politicians or is about sensitive issues that could influence public opinion, how people vote may impact the outcome of an election or pending legislation. It's a post about a movie. Gee whiz. Continuing on. But Quaid notes that Facebook has been making decisions about what the Reagan marketers can and cannot post without having seen the movie, adding that Zuckerberg is ultimately responsible for all of this because his company says it might influence the presidential election. But the last time Ronald Reagan's name was on the ballot was 40 years ago. In the film, Quaid plays Reagan when he was president of SAG, governor of California, and U.S. president, while Disney Channel star David Henry plays him in his younger years when he was a lifeguard and radio broadcaster. The movie also stars Jon Voight, C. Thomas Howell, Mina Suvari, Penelope Ann Miller, Leslie Ann Down, and Dan Laria. My challenge to Facebook is to ask if any of these tactics were used against other recent presidential biopics like Lincoln, LBJ, or South Side with You, a film about President Barack Obama, which was also released during an election year, Quaid said in his statement. Those are all good and fine points to make. I applaud Dennis Quaid for actually being an actor who is standing up to big tech. So many times bigger companies like, say, Disney or Amazon MGM or Skydance or Universal, they try to pressure Facebook into doing what they want to do while other ones just go along to get along. It's very disgusting. And so good for Dennis Quaid for actually being a Hollywood rebel and standing against Mark Zuckerberg and his legions of algorithms that are constantly changing. And it's very true because censorship happens everywhere. I've told the story about how I was supposed to go to an Oscars alternate that was going to be online, and we were going to be the critics that would vote for Best Picture and stuff, and it would be very different from the Oscars that was on television, and I was politely uninvited because I supported the Canadian truckers during the Freedom Convoy. I was given the old soft block. So everyone on there, they didn't necessarily block me, but they removed me from the group, and then everyone soft blocked me where I was no longer following them and they weren't following me anymore. They just wanted to erase it from history. I have been through that. Now, obviously, that's not the same as having a gigantic big tech corporation like Meta, like Facebook, censoring advertisement for this film. Listen, if the filmmakers are willing to pay, Facebook run the ad. It's just a movie. It's about Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan is not on the ballot. It's ridiculous and silly that you are doing stuff like this. And it's against the First Amendment, quite frankly. If a person wants to boost something that has no violence, doesn't encourage crime, doesn't support at least illicit substances, then fine, let them run it. It doesn't matter that people's fifis might get hurt or that someone might think it's misinformation. Show me on the doll where the misinformation hurts you. It's absolutely stupid that we're caving to these woke SJWs just because they whine all the time. And that's basically what it is. And I'm not even talking about the people, the keyboard warriors. I mean, the people in the mainstream media. And by the way, credit where credit is due. Newsweek did a fantastic job with that piece. They didn't try to sway you. It was just a good old fashioned, hey, this is what Dennis Quaid said. This is Facebook's reaction to it. They didn't try to misinform you or try to slant the direction it goes to. So good for Newsweek for reporting that story accurately. And once again, I want to just shout out Dennis Quaid. Good for you for standing up for your film. Now listen, all the time I criticize actors and actresses for their behavior, in interviews or behind the scenes or even in their premiere interviews, the red carpet interviews. I do that all the time. I don't have a problem with an actor or actress defending their art. I have a problem with when they turn it on the audience and say, it's all your fault. Dennis Quaid isn't doing that here. He is showing, hey, listen, we made this graphic of me as Ronald Reagan, and there's a quote from Ronald Reagan in that. We just want to boost this, and Facebook isn't letting us because they're saying it'll sway the election. Let me get this straight. A biopic about Ronald Reagan is going to sway the election? That is so stupid. It's ludicrous. It makes my brain hurt that Facebook would even go there. I know Mark Zuckerberg, he's trying to look all cool now, right? He's trying to be cool. He's waving with flags while he's skiing. Yeah. And he's doing MMA. Yeah. The guy is a doofus. He's a genius, don't get me wrong, but he's a doofus. It is such a shame that this is to the point where we've come to in this country where Dennis Quaid can't even get his own movie boosted because of woke SJWs, because of woke ideology, because of political correctness. He's made a biopic about Reagan. Let it come out and stand on its merits. I fully support him doing that. If he wants to make this movie and wants to do a good job, I'll see it. I'll review it. Heck, Dennis Quaid, if you ever come across this video and you would like me to interview you about this topic, about your film, about how Facebook is censoring you, you're welcome on. I'd love to talk to you. I know it would make my parents very happy. You're one of their favorite actors. So I do know that as a matter of fact. Whatever the case may be, I hope that Facebook reverses course on this because this is censorship and it should not be allowed. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment, tell them what you think, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications every time I post a new video, and consider becoming a channel member where you get all kinds of exclusive perks. If you don't want to support me on Big Tech, no worries. Click on the link to my locals community. It's in the description. It's kind of like a Patreon or Subscribe Star, and it really helps out if you send my articles tips or if you sign up for a monthly subscription. It really helps small indie creators like myself, or you can purchase one of my novels. This is my newest one. It's a novella called Blessed Child. It's a fantasy romance with knights and elves and nothing woke in it. You can just enjoy it. It's available in ebook, paperback, or hardcover editions. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die